Hi guys, it's Hayley Bird Art from Sunshine Artists, and I promised my students this week that I would do my first video tutorial, and we're going to do a step-by-step Spider-Man face paint design. Very exciting. So first I'm going to start with a Snazaroo white, and I'm going to use a Loew Cornell number 10. I'm just going to load it up. So the line I want to do is to follow the natural line through the eyebrow, like so. To create this sort of shape. It's very much like the tiger, although it is slightly wider than the tiger. Just slightly. Do the same on the other side. I'm just going to colour that in. Some people use a sponge. I sometimes use a sponge. But this brush is really nice. And I just pat it just to give it a bit of evenness. I do like this brush. It actually came from Daisy, so thanks Daisy. Nice little gift. I'm just going to colour in the other side. Make the inner bits a bit even. And then just a dab again. Focus in. Get it to focus, there you go. So yeah, that's basically the shape, very similar to a tiger. So next I'm going to move on to a Snazaroo red with a sponge, and I'm going to use the corner of the sponge, like the edge. So I'm going to get that part of it, paint on top, and it's on the edge, this fine edge, and we're going to outline round where I've gone for the white. So that edge is important, because you don't want to mix the paint, because otherwise you'll end up with a pink. And you're going to have to move your hand to get the edge. In the right place on the other side. So let's fill that in, and we're going to colour the top. And I like to just blend very lightly around the edge. Blends it in a lot nicer. So at this point you can decide how far down you want to go. I like to go a little bit further down than most people, just to give it more colour on the face. I haven't put any more paint on the sponge. That way it's nice and light. Join that up. So I'm just going to blend towards the inside of my face. So at this point I am starting to run out of paint, so I might need to go back. I might just blend just a little bit more. So yeah, in places I want it a little bit more darker. So here it's not very dark, blend it in. You can actually use your finger. See, it's just needing a little bit more in places. I'm quite happy with that. Maybe just a little bit more up here. Right, so now we're going to move on to the line detail work. And I'm going to use a number 4 Loew Cornell brush and a Diamond FX white. No, white, black. I'm losing the plot now. So, line work, Diamond FX black. I'm going to practice on my hand. And I'm going to outline thin to thick to thin method. Like so. And I'm going to do it on the other side. Just gives it a bit of movement in the line. And the lines don't even need to join up. You can give it a bit more of a going over if you want it to. But I kind of like it when they sort of go into nothing. So the next thing I'm going to do is a spider in the middle. And I'm going to use a number 2 Loew Cornell brush with my Diamond FX black. And I'm going to do the body to start with in the middle, into like a kind of oval shape, maybe with a little bit at the end there, and the head. Make the body a bit bigger. So the next skill I'm going to be using, or technique, would be a teardrop, which is the thick to thin method, and we're going to do that for the legs. So it doesn't really need to be even. To finish off the legs, we're going to do some flicks. Maybe some antenna. Great. Next we're going to do the cobwebs with a number 4. Go back to the number 4 Loew Cornell. Usually now I just stick with a 4 rather than switching to a 2. But you get more control with the tiny bit with the 2. So I'm basically now going to go big teardrop going from here and here. So I'm using this line and also the natural crease you get from your nose to your mouth. So we're going to go thick to thin. Two more. So as you can see, they're all drawing towards the centre of the face. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and it brings everything in. Now for some up here to draw into the face. A bit more paint. That's great. So we want to finish off the cobweb, and we're going to do like a backward C on this side. A C sort of shape. And I'm taking some paint off here just to get it a little bit more of a finer line. They don't necessarily have to be even. Gonna go back to this side. You can bring your lines in a little bit more, but sometimes you can overdo it. You just got to have a steady hand. Same at the top. Cool. I would usually leave it there if I was really busy at a birthday party and I had lots of Spidermans to do. But another really nice thing to do would be to do some highlight and some dots. Now I would usually go straight to highlight, but as we've been working with the black, I'm going to go straight onto the dots. So I'm going to really load my brush up, my number 4 with the black diamond effects. Test on my hand, and I might do a few here, maybe here, just where, you know, it's a space filler, so we might fill some space. I might do some up here. Make sure you've got enough paint in your brush. And you could even do some down there. It just makes it just that little bit more special, I think, personally. So usually I'd forget that and I'd go straight on to the highlight, but as this is my first tutorial, let's do a proper job. So I'm going to use Diamond Effects White with a Donna Dewberry Script liner. It's quite a nice fine line brush. You don't need much product. So I'm just going to take a little bit off, and you want to do nice, really fine lines, and we're going to do it on some of the cobwebs and the spider. So we'll start with the spider, do it on the legs. So I've got a little bit more, too much paint on there, so just take some off. Maybe on the body. Just helps it look a little bit more 3D. We'll do the same with the cobwebs. A little bit more paint. The consistency is key. Consistency is key. We'll do a few on here. Cool. I might do a few on the other bit of the cobweb, and then that's pretty much it. I have noticed it's going in and out of focus. Sorry about that. So yeah, let's get that in focus. That's pretty much my Spider-Man. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts, if you found it helpful, especially to my students. You can tell me next Wednesday. But yeah, if you like it, I might do some more. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching my Spider-Man tutorial, and watch this space, there may be more. See you later.